Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Black Kiss, also known as Synchronicity, a Japanese murder mystery thriller from 2004. I saw this movie years ago and it really got the urge to watch it again. So I did. Here's my review. Asuka, an aspiring model, moves to Tokyo to pursue her career. She takes up residence with a moody acquaintance named Kasumi. Now, across the street from their apartment, Asuka witnesses a bizarre murder. The body was flayed, disembowled, and arranged into a hideous work of art. A series of coincidental murders occurs afterward, all of which contain what is possibly the murderer's calling card, a black lip print dubbed the Black Kiss. In response, the police commit their full resources in an attempt to stop this madman from taking more lives. But can they catch him before our protagonists bite the dust? Now, within the opening 10 minutes of this film, you are going to notice the striking visuals. This movie looks fantastic. The camera work and framing of shots beautifully capture the urban lighting and streets of Tokyo. Some of the set designs and use of color are impressive as well. Sound design and scoring are also top-notch. At the very least, this is a very stylish film at its core. But the foundation of Black Kiss, really, is the murder mystery component. And I'm happy to say that I was very pleased with this aspect of the film. There's definitely an attention to detail, and you have to keep a sharp eye out for clues that are presented. It kept me off balance a lot, and had me changing my mind multiple times as to who I identified as my prime suspect. I had a theory at the very beginning of this movie that I just came in with that was completely wrong. And my final guess near the end was also completely wrong. So the reason for this, I think, is that the solution to the murder mystery is quite multi-layered and unpredictable. This is a very old school film at its heart, because it focuses on that a lot, which has actually led some people on the internet to claim that this is essentially Japan's attempt at a contemporary Giallo film. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Gialli, they were Italian movies that reached their peak in production during the 1970s. In general, they're basically a combination of murder mystery and violent slasher movies in one that were frequently shot in stylish ways. I've personally seen maybe about 40 or so of those films, and there were hundreds upon hundreds produced during a very short period of time. And I enjoyed the vast majority of the ones I've seen. I mean, some of my favorites, personal favorites, are Don't Torture a Duckling, Tenebra, A Lizard in a Woman's Skin, and The House with Laughing Windows. Yes, so old school Italian Giallo films had some phenomenal titles. They're just great. But what about the claim that Black Kiss is similar to those films? Well, it is similar in some respects. Some of the things I previously mentioned, the stylish presentation, and keeping the viewer off balance with red herrings, and a strong murder mystery component are certainly reminiscent of an Italian Giallo. In addition, there are some fantastically macabre corpse shots in Black Kiss that would be right at home in a Giallo. The killer's imaginative flair for creating bravura artistry of the corpses is shown to great effect in this film, and gets more bizarre as things progress. However, there are a few things that are very different between Black Kiss and a Giallo. I mean, first of all, the death scenes themselves are rarely shown. We basically see the dead bodies, after they've already been killed, with a few exceptions, which kind of de-emphasizes the slasher component. In Gialli, however, many times we see the victims in a state of terror as the killer is coming after them. And because they're murder mystery films, the identity of the killer needs to be preserved even though they're being shown on screen. So a lot of times, the bad guy wears like a coat and a top hat or a mask of some kind, so you don't know who it is, even though you see them kill people. Black Kiss in general does not use this cliche very much. In addition, the ultimate identity of the killer is something I don't think I've ever seen in a Giallo film. It's pretty oddball, but pretty interesting. So in the end, I think there are some similarities and some differences. I think it's up for debate, though. So maybe you should check out a few of the Gialli that I've previously recommended here, and then watch Black Kiss and let me know what you think. Another really interesting aspect of the murder mystery in Black Kiss is that there is an objective answer available. Yes, there's an objective answer. After you watch the film, if you have the DVD, check out the director's explanation, which I know is available on the United States DVD special features. It's entitled The Truth of Black Kiss and The Mystery of Black Kiss are the special features, and he provides an incredibly detailed explanation of the events of the film, the actual identity of the killer, and the methods in which the killer operates. It's quite surprising. You know, most directors, especially Japanese directors, want the viewer to come up with their own explanation, you know, their own interpretation for movies that are, you know, very detailed and mysterious. But this guy actually tells you what the answer is. You know, I found that to be refreshingly different, you know, and I appreciated it, especially considering how my initial interpretation was wrong. Or you could watch the film multiple times and then check his answer later, whatever you want to do. But I definitely recommend you check his explanation out because it's pretty interesting. Excuse me. Now, by the way, the director here is a man by the name of Makoto Tezuka. He has a fairly small filmography. He previously directed a film by the name of Hakuchi the Innocent, which is very weird, but also very interesting. It's a good flick. I have not seen any of his other films at all. But he seems to be talented. Reika Hashimoto is the lead actress here. She also starred in Hakuchi the Innocent, but most viewers will probably recognize her from Survive Style 5. She played Tadanobu Asano's undead wife, who consistently attempts to murder him. This actress has a very small filmography. She actually retired from the industry for a while, came back, and I think she retired again. But I really enjoy her performances and the projects that she chooses. Kaori Kawamura, very unknown actress that I'm not familiar with, also gives a strong performance here as her roommate. She kind of has a damaged persona about her, which I liked. And as an added bonus, we get small roles from Ando Masanobu and Joe Odagiri. Now, there are some things in Black Kiss that could be a problem for some viewers. First of all, the runtime of 2 hours and 12 minutes is a long sit. However, I must emphasize that it was not a problem at all for me, because I was riveted by this film. But I always like to point out when a runtime exceeds 2 hours, so fair warning for you. Another thing I need to point out is that there are a few very unrealistic moments in this film that are introduced. They only show up a few times, but they are quite outlandish. So if you need your thrillers to be completely realistic, especially your dark ones, you may have a problem with that. It gets pretty oddball. But I thought that those oddball, peculiar moments were very amusing and entertaining, so another fair warning for you. But if you're into dark mystery thrillers that are a little bit different, check out Black Kiss, which is still widely available on DVD in the United States. It's a pretty cool movie, and I plan on rewatching it quite a bit in the future. So, as always, we will see you next time.